And that's it. We are live on YouTube. My name is Ricardo Lino, and I'm a wheel addict. We are trying something new. And if I really tell you how we started this, it's a bit weird because this morning I was working and then I just thought, let me send a message to my guest. I don't want to tell you who he is yet. And I sent him a message. He was like, yeah, okay, why don't we do it? Let's do it. And then this became a series. Maybe. We don't know. Anyway, let's just play the intro. And that is it. And we already see my guest here. I guess most of the people watching this know who my guest is. Tiago. Tiago, you want to introduce yourself if there's anyone watching this who don't know who you are? You can maybe talk a little bit. I can't hear you. You have no audio, I think. Wait. We are facing a little bit of a problem here. Can you guys listen to Tiago, or is it just me? Maybe people can say if they can hear or not. We all can't. Okay, let's try to sort it out. Maybe you can come back in. Wait, let's try to have Tiago coming back. It's normal. These things are normal. I know that Tiago can, maybe he can get back on the link. And we tested this for a good bit. It was all working. So maybe Tiago, you want to try to come back in? You want to try to get back, like maybe just refresh the website, and then it's gonna work, no problem. If we need, all we need is Tiago to maybe take the headphones. It's normal. These things always happen. I'm already used to it. So I'm using a different platform. I'm not using Zoom. I'm using something called StreamYard. And let's see. Tiago is here. Let's see. Tiago, how are you doing?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Cool. All right. Thank you. Finally. Cool.
It's all good. Let's go.
Yeah.
So I made you a question. The question was, you want to introduce yourself a little bit and tell people who's watching this in case someone don't know who you are.
So my name is Tiago Le Meur. I'm a French inline skater who is also a student in a cinema school. And my goal is to make inline skating more popular around the world. So by that, I'm trying to show, how fun inline skating is through my videos. And thank you very much for watching my videos. I'm very bad at introducing myself.
Nah, it's all good. You're good. You're pretty good. At least the over 50,000 people that you have watching your videos, they seem to like what you do. So you must be doing something right. So what I wanted to do today was actually to speak about what we can do to grow skating. And yes, skating right now, skating is trendy somehow. Don't ask me why, don't ask me how it's happening, but we will talk about it. That's why Tiago is here.
Sure. Well,
Tiago, do you see a lot more people in the streets of Paris skating?
Well, in my city, yes, I'm very close to Paris, like 5 to 10 minutes from Paris. And, I usually go out and skate just to train, and have fun. And I'm seeing more and more people outside skating. Like, for example, the last time I skated, I saw like a gang of girls skating in the same place I was training. So that was very cool. So indeed, now during these difficult times, we saw a kind of a boom when it comes to sales and participation of inline skating, and this is very cool. The only concern I have for me is that will it last? So this is all the time. I'm quite. Oh God, live streaming. This is all the question I'm asking myself every time, and almost every day. And yeah. So when it comes to skating, yeah, we are having this for the moment, but I think we all have a important role when it comes to making this grow up and last, And for example, I think we should take the example of on the roller skating scene. Do you know that roller skating, I think, is getting more trendy than inline skating. Did you notice this?
Yes and no. Yes. So the thing is, about 5-6 years ago, roller skating started trending a lot more than inline skating, obviously, and we all know that. But also about 5-6 years ago, I remember the owner of Powerslide, Matthias, telling me, if this is just like it should be, inline skating will start trending next, because inline skates, and I love roller skating, I love quad skating, and the truth is, the technology behind inline skates allows us to do a bit more, if that makes sense. I love quad skates, but the places that you are able to skate, yes, there's a lot more diversity, a lot more different types of skates, a lot of like skates with bigger wheels, skates with smaller wheels, skates for different types of skating. And that makes this sport somehow more developed, and that allows that. Somehow it's confusing for whoever is starting, because they don't know what to choose. But at the
Yeah.
same time, what Matthias told me is that we are actually more advanced. So if the whole thing goes like it should be, we should be trending next. And it seems like that moment can be now. If it's because of the whole virus situation or not, we don't know. But one thing I'm 200% sure, and that is having platforms like yours, like having YouTube channels like yours, or social media accounts like Nick Lomax, or even like other people that are very active and they do a certain type of skating. It's very important, because if there's a kid looking for skating, they need to find the people that will help them. And nowadays, that people are on the internet, if that makes sense.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah. Thing is that, like, when I was saying we should take example on the roller skating scene, is that roller skaters are also making a lot of videos right now on YouTube. And for example, Jama Jones, her channel is working very well. And the thing is that I was trying to think, like, how come this channel is working that much? And I think is that, they're focusing a lot more on the fun aspect of skating. Like, when I watch skating videos, especially when it comes to aggressive skating videos, I think, like, skaters tend to take this way too seriously. And sometimes when we want to motivate other people to start doing this discipline, like, we're only showing all the extreme stuff, all the hard stuff. And this, I think, like, I still don't have a specific answer to this question. I'm still speculating, still looking for a real answer for that. But I'm thinking, like, sure, being way too serious may not be the good way to go if you want to start motivating people to start discipline, because, like, they're not gonna be the most oh my god, I'm forgetting my words. The most
positive
technical
people, probably,
people.
or
Yeah,
maybe
like, yeah, we
positive
need.
too.
Yeah, so that's why in my channel I'm focusing a lot more on the how inline skating feels, how good it feels, how fun it is. Instead of just doing extremely technical tricks, like only tricks we can see in competitions. Like, this is not really interesting. The goal here is just, yeah, look, this is skating, this is fun, and you should start too. And if you want to start, and we also have a few ways so we can start doing this in a secure way. And this, I think, is, to my own opinion, a good way to at least try to motivate people to start. When I see people skating outside, or even like just looking at, or most of them are very shy because they're beginners, right? And I always go to them. I try to give them some tips instead of just skating hard and stuff. Like, hey, you want to start? Hey, let me give you some tips, and this, like, we're gonna be a lot more confident when it comes to trying things. So I think this type of behavior will motivate them. So it's like, instead of just getting one time and dropping out, they are just try again. This I think.
Yeah, I have to fully agree with you on that. I always say the same in the end of each video, and it's exactly what I think about skating. And the
Exactly.
reason why I say that is most of the people, yes, for some people, which are not a lot, are able to live from this. And it's a very few amount of people. Some people take these as the real sport that they compete and all that. But most of the people, you do this in a recreational way. And you already have serious enough stuff in your life to care about. You already have your friends, your girlfriends, boyfriends, husbands, kids, whatever. You already have like jobs. You already have your serious stuff to actually care about in your life. And a lot of people, what they say is that when they put their skates on, it's their free moment. And if that free moment is attached to more pressure, I have to fully agree with you on that. We should actually focus more on that. And I can tell you by numbers easily, the videos, I was actually looking at statistics yesterday, because it's important to grow what we do. And you know what I'm talking about. And we'll talk about these in a second. But I was actually looking at that yesterday, and I was looking at the videos that I have with the most amount of views. And they are always the videos that I'm engaging with someone, either with a group of friends or with my wife, or the videos that I do by myself explaining something, they're never the same. There's a couple of videos of people teaching someone how to do it, of people just teaching people how to do something. I made a video with my wife where I'm just telling her 3 different ways to stop. But it's a funny thing. We leave the house. It's more like a vloggy style thing. But then I ended up teaching her how to do it, showing her. And people related a lot more with that because it was also funny. You know, it's just like it's a serious vibe, like what happens in reality without being, maybe not a serious vibe. It's like a reality vibe, not serious.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
No, but it's also a way like people they identify to this. Like we're like learning how to stop. Everybody started here. So I think like it's just a welcoming type of video. So this is what I think this is why this type of videos work.
Yeah, I believe so. And what I was saying, you know what I'm saying too, when I said that I tried to look at the statistics of the whole YouTube thing. And the question that I did before was somehow related to this, which is what we do, we know that we have an influence of what's happening somehow. And I'm not trying to come here to say, yeah, it's whatever it's happening is because of me. No, it's not. But I know that me, you, and a lot of other people out there have some influence on what's happening right now. Now, my question is, how much of your time are you able to dedicate to this thing that you have going on, which is your YouTube channel?
Well, I would like to do this full time, of course, but in the last year of my school, so it means that I still have to do an internship and try to find a job so I can have a place in the filmmaking scene. So it means that I have to split all the times I would like to put into this channel. But yeah, like I wish for the moment, like for example, it's been 3 days I've been shooting my next video. Is still not over, and I think I'll still have to add like 10 to maybe 12 hours of editing, just so I can put into my own standards. But yeah, it's quite a lot of work. Like our skating channels are not as high as like as tech channels, but still it's still cool to see the community coming together and slowly growing up. So this motivates me to give even more time, do even more effort into this cause.
Yeah, I have to fully
I
agree
know,
with
like
you.
for example, like you give a lot more time than I do to YouTube channel, and I don't know how you can do this. Like there was a moment you used to do videos almost every day. I was like, how can he do that?
I did it for a goal. I did it because I had a goal. And this is very important. It's something that a lot of people don't understand. And I actually speak with my wife and with my closest friends about this quite a lot, which is there was a time to start with. I work with social media. I work in marketing. I work with social media, and I try to learn about the algorithms. And you might learn or you might hear a lot about a lot of things, but until you test it, you don't really know what it is.
No, exactly.
So sometimes when you are testing it, you get real data, because what's being done or what's being said about every other industry, most of the times it doesn't apply to skating. A good example is what's just happened like a month or two ago when everyone was just complaining about the world going down, which I'm not saying it wasn't, and it's horrible, but somehow the skating industry could benefit from it. So what I'm trying to say is that it's the truth. It is the truth. And every single creator felt it. And I know that you even posted something about it saying that
Oh
without
yeah,
posting
yeah.
anything, you saw growth. Now,
Oh, a huge
the
growth.
truth, yeah, the thing is, for me, I do it because I do it thinking on the long term, if that makes sense. It's not about what I get out of it now. It's about creating a whole thing that I believe in, and that thing that I really believe it's in skating. And
Yeah.
if there's no solid platform, and the solid platform, I'm not saying that I'm the most important piece of the platform, not at all. But I'm somehow, me, you, and a lot more people out there are somehow the schools that are very important for a sport to grow. It's like a kid growing without a school. Well, sorry. I'm not saying that the schools are important for everyone because there are different ways of schooling, or I'm not saying that the YouTube is the way of schooling someone. In fact, having physical schools, a lot of times it's more effective for a lot of people, but not everyone have access to those. So, such as the work that the brands do of promoting the sport, the work that the shops do by having the product available, the work that we do by schooling kids, and of course other skate schools and all the federations and everyone. I think if we all work in conjunction instead of trying to fight each other, we can just make this be a lot more successful. And I believe in this, and that's why I put so much of my time into this,
Yeah.
And according to what you were saying, I fully see myself on some of those things, which is you were talking about the time that you now try to put into the videos, and it always feels like it's never done, and it's hard. I see myself on that because the more you do the videos, and then you put yourself in a standard, and then you're not happy to go below that, and then the next video you want it to be better.
Well,
So where are you?
Like, like just about this specific part, like there are some people from my cinema school who watch my videos, and I'm like, okay, I'm in this type of school, I cannot do this like a kind of a crappy video, but sometimes, like, so that's why I do a lot of effort. That's not only like just to put quality videos for the inline skating industry, but also for my my own reputation too. So
Go ahead. Sorry.
I've been putting these videos on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, and for some reason, I've also been hired to make some promotional videos for the skate brands too. I was like, wow, that's cool, And I'm like, okay, so not only I'm trying to motivate people to start skating by making quality videos. At least this is what I'm trying to do, but people are enjoying it, and even the brands like the IG OG brands are liking it and asking for my type of work for this. I was like, cool. So my channel is trying to kind of helping the skating industry community, and it's also kind of a portfolio too, but only centered on the V9 skating part. So it's kind of interesting too. I don't know about you, but like that, it is kind of a quirks of making this type of videos. I don't know.
I'll tell you right away what it is, in my opinion, obviously. So the thing is, you are growing an audience, but by growing an audience, what you're doing, you can get feedback right there on what you're doing, and that instant feedback, it's something that not a lot of people have access to. That makes you get better, and that's, in my opinion, one of the reasons why you want your videos to get better. Because as much as we say that we try to not look at the negative comments, and we try, I know, but we all read them.
Yeah.
We all read them. And you can have 300 positive, lovely comments. You have one bad one, and that one bad one is going to get stuck in the back of your head.
Oh, exactly.
But we know it. But the truth is, that type of stuff only makes us better. And that's one of the reasons why you pay so much attention to that. And because you're starting to pay much more attention, you start building your portfolio better and better and better. And that will obviously gives you a lot more job possibilities. And again, I keep saying the same. I say this to you. I say this to the brand that I work with. I say this to everyone. I want to be doing what I do. I want to be working in this industry in 20 years from now. And this is why I do what I do. And sometimes if you ask me if I like to sleep 4 hours, dude, I would prefer to sleep 8, 9. I would. But would I change my family for anything? No. Would I change skating for anything? No. So this is my only possibility to make this work. So it's like if you put it on the scale, you choose the side you want somehow. You try to balance it, but you still need to choose some parts. And it's a weird one.
No, but like I think it's a good way to go. You know, like in the future, it's gonna get better, and that's why we're working so hard right now. But I think like it's like this for everybody who's trying to do like trying to have a kind of a career. It's not a career, but I don't know what word to use, but yeah, a lot of sacrifices. But I hope they're gonna pay off in the future.
Can I be honest with you? Call it a career. And you know why I say that? Because it is.
Yeah.
And you can say whatever you want and people can fight me about it, but I don't have any problem to talk about numbers. And I'm going to talk a little bit about numbers now, about like money that people can actually do on YouTube. And one of the reasons why a lot of people don't do it. And another reason why they should actually be doing it. So I think I've said this before on any of these things, either podcasts or conversations or whatever. When I first started the YouTube channel, I was living in South Africa, and I first thought it would be awesome. We have a skate shop called Lino. Skate shop would be awesome. I need to pay some money on Google Ads. It would be so cool if I could make like 20 euros just to pay those Google Ads that I want to put per month, because I didn't have a lot of competition. And I started, and about 3 months later, I was making those 20 euros. And to make 20 euros in 100 videos, that means that you make maybe like 20 cents on a video, something like that, or like 10 cents. Yeah. And this is the exact reason why more people do not do it. Because they say, yeah, why are you doing that? You only make 20 cents on a video. It is true, but that video stays there. And in 20 years from now, it's still going to give you those 20 cents.
Yeah.
And in 20 years from now, it will still be reinforcing your brand. And if you want to be working in an industry, there's a lot of people that somehow along the way, they say, this is not for me. I want to delete all my stuff. Some people did it. It's okay. We go through phases. But the truth is, if you put time into it, I can tell you that nowadays I can multiply those 20 for 50. And that's 1,000. And there is a lot of people that don't make 1,000 euros from a job. And this is my side gig. I'm not pimping. I'm not flexing or anything.
No, it's good to know this.
Yeah, what I'm saying is I'm not flexing or just saying that I make money or this or that. It's nothing, because you know the price of gear. You know how much traveling costs. And you know, just as an example, we had this conversation before, right before this video, to be able to do this, I just spent 25 euros on a platform. Money that I would never be able to spend 4 years ago when I started the YouTube channel. So it's making money means if you don't invest, if you invest, you will somehow see something. So.
Yes. No, like it was the same thing for my channel too. Like I'm still keeping on investing on my channel, but like if you compare the amount of money I've invested into my channel compared to what I've received back, there's a kind of a big difference. But I'm still trying to do this for the good cause. Like I know this is a thing I really want to do. Like I didn't start my YouTube channel for money. I just wanted, like it was freaking boring to skate alone outside. And I was seeing like everybody saying this on the internet. People in the United States and other countries like, yeah, it's boring. I'm alone. Skating is not trendy. We get insulted when we go outside. And I don't like this. Even skating used to be such a huge thing before. Like, unfortunately, I started skating way too late. like the kind already happened, but I was like, maybe we can do something about it, right? So Bill Stoppard was at that time the one who was making a lot of effort, was like, I want to join in too, and like I made my very first video in French, but this is where I thought, like, I don't want inline skating to be popular just in France, right? I want to help making this more popular around the globe. So I'm gonna start making them in English, and English was a language, like, it's not my native language. In fact, I think it's my third language, and I had to make a lot of effort. Like, if you watch my very first videos, like, my English is so bad compared to what it is now, because I'm trying to practice almost every day. It's still not on point, but it is something that is slowly improving. And yeah, so it's kind of, make a lot of efforts, you make a lot of investments, but I do this for the passion, like, just not for the money. Eventually it will come later, but yeah, it's not my main job yet. That's why I'm trying to, like, do an internship and work in a production company. But if I manage to get, do a living from a YouTube channel, I'm gonna be a full-time YouTuber.
That's awesome. I keep saying, so the thing is with me, I've been doing videos for way too long. Way before the whole YouTube thing, I was doing it for brands. I was doing it for myself. And what I say, I just came to the conclusion that it would be cool to try to monetize them, And nowadays, like I said, it's basically whatever money is being made, it all goes to the same. It's like, as an example, this is an example that I gave a couple of times, like to make the live stream for Winter Clash. Dude, we had about €1,000 in donations, just those
For real? Wow.
Yeah, in super chats. Yeah, super chats. But then YouTube gets half of it. And then in the end, how much did you spend on the gear for the live stream? It's way more than 500, And
yes.
It's in the end, in the end, it's all because of what I was telling you, which is getting this solid base that people need. It's like, this is the modern magazines, I'm not saying, I am not trying to take anyone's media spot or anything like that, but this is another way of people consuming content. It's not just the read that people used to. It's not the sitting on the mag. Some people still do it, but it's not as common that kids just sit and read the magazine. They open their phone and they scroll through Instagram. They scroll through Facebook. YouTube is huge, we know it. And another thing that made me want to get so much on YouTube is, we always said the same. We always said that we need more kids, because adults buy products. They do buy products, but you need kids, because adults grow older and then they have other priorities, most of them. And if we don't have kids,
like we are also going to be the future of inline skating too. So it's better to
exactly. Now. And now, if I make a question, what platform do kids use the most?
Probably, like, if I take example on my sister, she uses a lot of YouTube.
Another one.
Another one, like, she's not really allowed to go too much on social media, so most of the time she goes on YouTube. So for the other ones, like, I'm seeing TikTok right now,
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
And yeah, I tried TikTok, but I don't understand crap about it. Like,
yeah, it's hard. It's hard to understand. Like, but I can tell you that if it's done properly, it can go crazy. Like the macro YouTube, the macro TikTok channel. We were posting consistently, and there was one video that out of nowhere got like 1 million views, like a Japanese slalom girl got 1 million views, and that million views in 3 days, we went from 100 followers to 10,000.
Oh,
because that's how the platform works. It's it's different. It's not as
I'll have to try to understand how it works, because like I also have a friend who started doing TikTok videos, and he has like 500,000 subscribers. I was like,
no, I know it.
I know it.
And he is good. He is good.
Yeah.
And there is two Brazilian girls, one with 1 million and another one with 3 millions. And this is the numbers that we have in skating right now. So I see that as an opportunity. In aggressive skating, about a month ago, something like that, Bobby Spasov was telling me, "Hey man, I really want to do something with this TikTok. I don't know how it works, but there's something to be done here so that people can see what I do and we can promote skating in a different way." And I told him, "And you have everything that is needed for TikTok, because TikTok it's either like people dancing or some like it's parkour, a lot of parkour, and like a lot of like funny like stuff with hip hop music, a lot of gangster stuff, if that makes sense." And Bobby Spasov skating goes with that like perfectly. The type of stuff that he does, the body movement, and he's been growing a lot. I think he's above 5,000 right now, and it's been a month. But it's not the same growth as I told you. It wasn't one video that spiked. It's actually consistency, and this is what I believe that makes what we do more successful. And that's why I believe that you are where you are with this YouTube channel, and a lot of people are where they are, which is consistency. And that's what I was talking.
I'm not the best example when it comes to consistency.
well, if you don't make a video for 2 weeks, you say sorry to your audience, and you keep explaining them what you're doing, you engage with them, and that is a different thing that a lot of people don't do. There's a lot of people, even brands, they post something and then they don't post for months. That doesn't engage with anyone.
That happens,
And then you do something else, which is very, very, very important, which is, this is for everyone watching this. It's becoming almost like a YouTube thing. You do the call to action, man. And the call to action is as simple as this. This is a call to action. And a lot of people don't do it. This thing, this text that is just going down, a lot of people don't do it. If you don't tell people what to do, they don't know. If you don't tell people to buy skates, if you don't tell people where they can buy, if you don't tell them to subscribe to your channel, a lot of people, they watch it and that's it. They watch that as they watch 20 more.
Yes, that's true, yeah.
There's a lot of things that can also be done. What do you think that it's very important to be done other than the videos? Do you think there's anything else that it's very, very important to be done before we start answering questions?
Can you repeat again? Sorry.
Do you think that it's something that could be done that you're not doing that could help inline skating grow?
This is a question I'm still, trying to have an answer for, but maybe, I don't know, like more, as you said, like more engagement with the audience, but more, I don't know, like I don't know, maybe more fun stuff, less, I don't know. I'm sorry, but for this one, I don't have a real answer, because I'm still trying to look to have an answer for this for myself too, though. So,
but some people seem to like what you're doing. They say you're doing a good job, Tiago. Check that.
Well, I'm just, like the thing is that I'm just trying to look to show my own personality instead of trying too hard, like trying to play a character, just myself, like you can compare me to a Chihuahua, the dog. He's a short dog, but it's full of energy, and I've been criticized a lot of being having way too much energy and way too goofy, but it's how I am in real life, so I was like, all right, so this is way too serious. Like, let's just be myself. And this, I think, is why people maybe are enjoying the content I'm putting outside. So if you're trying to have your own stuff, do your own stuff online, just be yourself. It's gonna, it's gonna be better for everything. Yeah, you're not going to try too hard. The whole thing is gonna be more enjoyable for you too. Either for you and for the audience who is watching. Maybe this is what I can say.
That is awesome. Now let's start answering questions. Do you want to read that one now?
Sure. So Tiago, have you already repaired your coffee machine? Not yet. And my family saw the video. My family saw the video. And I've been grounded for this. My family lives in another continent. They live in Africa, in Angola. And, I just put my video online, my sister watched my video, and she texted me on WhatsApp. Was like, you have to replace the coffee machine, right? I was like, yeah, but the thing is that I have some trends, you know, like sometimes I drink coffee, sometimes I prefer to drink some tea. For the moment, I'm drinking more tea than coffee, right? Like, I don't know, sometimes it just gives me like, it hurts my stomach to drink coffee. Other times it doesn't. So, eh. So for the moment, it's still not my priority to fix this coffee machine. But also, once we'll come back to France, I will try to change it, just for because they love coffee in my family. But that was a cool question. All
That's
right.
awesome. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see what else. I'm gonna try to bring some questions here. Let me see. I'm gonna try to bring. Okay, that's cool because this has something to do with you.
All right.
Did
So,
you ever thought? Did you?
Steadicam often wear skates. So in my school, I've had the opportunity to train at doing Steadicam school, but
Sorry, Tiago. Sorry,
you know, the instruments and stuff like that. Oops, sorry. So yeah, so I try to do, you know, like I am in a cinema school, so I've had the opportunity to train at doing Steadicam work, and I tried to use my skates for to train with the Steadicam, but you know, my school has an entrance, and like everybody was looking at me like that. Don't you ever dare to do that, right? I was like, okay, okay, it's your gear. I'm not going to force it, but you know, I have a teacher who I became friends with, and he agreed in letting me train at Steadicam while we wearing skates too. So I've seen some steady cameras with skates on social media, but I didn't see that many of them. You know, I've only seen like one or two operators, but like if this is something I'm quite specializing myself in, is a camera operator on inline skates. Though, so this is how I film when I have a camera, and yeah, so not only a like a small camera like this one. So this is what I use for my YouTube videos, one of the cameras. But like I'm planning on using this with larger cameras, like, so for example, a Sony F5 or an Alexa Mini. You know that. So yeah, so this is something I would like to do, like for a living.
yeah, there is
Plus
actually a
doing
lot of
some
people out. Sorry,
yeah, but
sorry.
plus doing some DP work. You know, this is like in most of the projects I've been working on in my school. I've been the DP, and this is something I absolutely love to do, like working with lights, and yeah.
There is a lot of people.
But
That's what I was about to say. In South Africa, especially, I don't know if you know, but in South Africa, the filming industry is quite big. To start with, it's one of those places in the southern hemisphere that it's, especially in Cape Town, it's modern. The light is perfect. It's not very
oh yeah, that is, yeah.
expensive for most of the companies. So when the rest of the world is somehow in winter, there's a lot of people that go to South Africa for the season,
Oh
which
yeah,
is between
of course,
December
yeah.
and March. That was one of
Mm-hmm.
the reasons why I started working with PowerSlide. Again, the last time that I started working, it's because being in the southern
Okay,
hemisphere, we could produce content where when everyone else can't.
was
It's
doing, yeah.
basically,
Okay, cool.
yeah.
That's interesting.
So and there's a lot of people over there. There's not a lot of people, but there's at least two guys. They are fully booked, and one of them, his name is Myron. He was a very, very good aggressive skater, and he's been
Mm-hmm.
traveling the world as a gimbal operator. He's not a Steadicam, he's a gimbal, but like a proper gimbal, like with
Yeah, yeah,
Alexa and
like a
all that stuff.
Ronin. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but what's funny is that he's a good friend of mine, but he's still one of those guys that he refuses to use a good pair of free skates. He uses aggressive skates with those small wheels, which for me it's still weird, but maybe because I skate with bigger wheels. I understand the
Ah, yeah,
lower, the more control, but at the
yeah, yeah.
same time, it's not the same.
Like aggressive, yeah. Like if you film in a rough terrain, like it's gonna maybe, I know it's gonna be harder to film. I don't know. Like I prefer when I'm filming with my a gimbal and my skates, I prefer to use not big wheels, but like 76 or 80 millimeters for me, it's the good spot, because like it dampens all the vibration as well, and I still have a good maneuverability too, so it doesn't look weird in the footage, you know. And like, yeah, but like, so, you know, skaters have their own preferences. Like all the camera operators I've seen on social media, in the film industry, they have been using aggressive skates too. So I don't know. I don't know. Like, this is something I
I
will
think
have
I
to
can tell you
try,
why. I think I can tell you why. Because
because
most
it's
of the
more
times,
stable.
think about it. If you would be the owner of that camera,
Yeah.
would you put your camera in the hands of a guy that you saw doing flips and this and that you will look at it and think, this guy controls it? Or would you put your camera on the hands of a guy that you only see skating forward? Most of the people that you see working with cameras, they have a background in like that shows control on skates. Almost all of them. If you look at Conor O'Brien, you know Conor O'Brien is from the US. He works in Hollywood. He works with big cameras. You look at Vinnie Minton. You look at John Like. These three guys, one is in NorCal, which is Vinnie Minton. The other two work with Hollywood a lot. And all of them have been very, very, very good aggressive skaters, like pro level, like some of them like the top pros. If someone sees them skate, they will feel super confident about it, putting him something like this guy just to roll flat. Okay. But now if you're going to put like a 200,000 euros camera on someone that you just saw going around the cones, which probably you have more control skating flat than the other guys. You have the right skates for a lot of things, but I think it's maybe what you're saying when your friends told you, hey, you will never go on that camera, because they're scared from what they see. If they saw you flipping, they'll, he's good.
Like, but I don't know how insurances see this, you know, like, I don't know. Like, I'm still new to this thing, so I don't know how they see it, because like, for example, I tried to do this with my school and it was a direct no way. So like, I don't know if they film this with their own gear, or I don't know. See what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. Now let's see this. Wait, we had a lot of people, not a lot, but we have some people watching this. Let's see where the people are watching us from. And you wanna answer this question maybe, or it's not really a question. Check this out.
Oh, from G Skate. Okay, cool. So this is the rule of making. Okay, guys, I'm very bad at reading in English, so bear with me. So
You
this
want me
is
to
the
read
rule
it?
of yeah, if you want.
Okay. This is the rule of making content. Absolutely. You have to want it in the beginning to get anywhere with it, because it pays pennies in the beginning.
Yeah, so this
It's
is exactly
basically
what
when you
we were
start,
saying at the
it's like
beginning.
this.
Oh, very, yeah, like this. Yeah, no, but like with what's happening currently, this little thing has gotten a little bit bigger. But yeah, like I think like um, just making videos for everyone is not, I think, a good motivation enough. If I don't know, like, because there are some people who do this for the money and they make channels that reflect this and it works very well. So I don't. It depends on the people, but for me, it just more for the passion, more for the, you know, like, try to make a change in in this discipline, in this sport, than the money side. So yeah, so I respect the people who want to do this only for the money part, and I also respect the people who want to do this for the passion part. You know, so yeah, different ways to think, but you know.
Yeah, I agree
No,
with
like,
you
for
on that.
example, you have some, for example, ASMR videos. Like, there's a lot of people who have started their channels like this for the money side, because it works, right? Like, like you have the OG ASMR channels, and then you have all the other, like, who try to follow the trend, you know, and they're not bringing something new to the table, but it's paying, you know. Like,
Yeah,
for
but at the
example,
same
like,
thing, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
no, like, as you said before, you know, like, it's cool to, you know, how what things work or not when you try different things, right? So this is what I've been thinking this week too. So just for the sake of experimentation, I'm gonna upload weird stuff. Just saying.
Well, good. It's that's how you see it. Now, something that I actually, let me just take that comment now, if I can. Let me show this and hide. Okay, so basically, my question is, what do you think is, and now let me finish the whole question. What do you think is the most important thing on a video to succeed? Of course, as someone who works in the, not works, but who's been studying cinema, you want your visuals to be very good. But do you really think that's the most important?
Oh no, absolutely not. Visuals are not the most important thing. What is the most important is the message you're trying to display through the videos you're making. So, you know, I'm gonna, for my videos, I have a huge fear that is people are not going to be interested in what I'm trying to show. I think I tend to speak way too much. I talk too much. Instead of showing stuff, I talk too much, and that's why like I'm always afraid of people just leaving my videos because they don't find it interesting. And this is something you can work on the videos you're trying to do is how to make people more engaged with what you're trying to show. So like, for example, I would like to make a video on tri skates, for example. There's a million ways to make a video on tri skates, but how can you make this interesting and making this interesting according to your own style too? So this will lead you to a kind of a special way to do that video, right? And yeah, so for me, the most important part is the message you're trying to show through the videos and how you choose to show this message. And the
Yeah.
visuals come after.
Okay, I agree with you on that. But there's something that whoever is watching this need to understand. I would say there's three types of content creators. There's the ones that completely have no idea about anything that I'm about to say. There are the ones that are aware of what I'm about to say and fully apply it, becoming a little bit ridiculous. And there's the ones that know of what I'm about to say and somehow find the balance. And what I'm about to say is, as shocking as this is for a lot of the people watching this, the two most important things in making a video, and to have that first click, it's the thumbnail and the title. This is the first thing. For the video to have any views, like a lot of times you saw that a lot in the past, amazing videos, but either the title made no sense or the thumbnail was just like, I don't know, no light or whatever. The thumbnail was not appealing at all. Sometimes the thumbnail is just a random part of the video that is not appealing at all. You might make a video of Alex Brosto jumping 100 stairs, but if what you get is like a cropped, zoomed in front wheel, making the whole frame, people will not see what happened. So that's what I'm saying. These are like the most two important things for anyone to ever even feel attracted to a video. Let's not forget, it. I know that you know all these, and I'm just gonna give some people an example. If I'm on my phone, if I'm going to my YouTube channel on YouTube, you start scrolling and there are some things here that are not appealing at all. They're just not visual. I'm not saying that this is perfect. It doesn't breed skating, this one that we made here. It doesn't breed skating, but it's catchy, I think. I'm not saying that I do it perfect. I try to not be extremely cautious about it. I mean, I'm cautious, but I'm trying to not go to the extreme, because that's when I call it the clickbait really comes into game. There was a time that people were going mad about clickbait, saying this video is about something and it was nothing to do with it. No, but what I'm saying, it's not like that. It's like nowadays you might say that your video is about something and then it's just not even that. But what I'm saying, it was completely different. It was a picture of a butt shot.
Oh yeah.
And then somehow it's a video about politics, you know? That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like, there was a time
Yeah.
this was extreme. Now,
Oh
like I
yes,
said,
exactly.
there's the people that don't care at all about it. And then there are the people that are really, really worried about this because they just learned it. Or example, right now we knew that inline skating went through or is going through a good phase. People search for it. And now there's a lot of people that go like, I'm going to make the real video, how to inline skate, how to inline skate. So what happens is that there is 30 new people making a video with the exact same title. Now, if their video is new, what is the probability of their video jumping on top of the others? Do you understand what I'm saying?
This is something like, yeah, I'm not an expert when it comes to YouTube, but yeah, I definitely know like thumbnails are one of the things that make a change.
They do for sure. Yeah, but what I'm trying to say
like,
here is, yeah. So go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I even forgot what I was trying to say. Sorry.
No, what I'm trying to say is that if it goes extreme and you want to put all the right words to have a title, I did that a couple of times. I tried to do it a little bit less and tried to give it a little bit more like something that makes you think sometimes, but you don't want to say everything. I'm pretty sure most of the people watching these know who Mr. Beast is. Mr. Beast is the smartest guy with YouTube titles and YouTube thumbnails, and they somehow complement each other. And this is something, it's kind of like making a game with the thumbnail and the title of the video. Okay?
Yes.
Now, this is the part that I say it's the most important because it is. This is what's going to make you click on it. Exactly. Then I'm obviously talking about a first video that you see from someone. Once you start watching that video, there's a couple of things that need to happen. And that's what I was telling you before about that call to action. People need to tell people, hey, you actually need to subscribe to this thing, or you need to like it, or you do it very good. You do it. I do it. These do it. And there's a lot more people that do it. And it's not wrong to not do it. It's completely normal. But if you don't do it, you can't expect people to go and just press subscribe. Or if you do it extremely, people will actually get fed up with you and just give up on you. And I know that some people might think that of me. I fully understand because it's impossible to find that right balance, you know. But what I'm trying to say is that there's a lot of different things that will make a difference on how much the time that you spend on YouTube can be more effective or not. And you are a perfect example because you just said it. Sometimes you go months without doing it. But when you do, you present value and people love that. And that's why I think what you're doing is so important for the growth of skating. And that's why I wanted you to be my first guest without even knowing that I was going to make a series.
Thank you very much. No, thing is that, yeah, I'm very, I don't think, I don't understand YouTube yet, you know. Thing is that I'm just trying to do things in my way. And I know thumbnails have a huge part when it comes to, you know, being discovered. And yeah, just trying to, no, I'm just trying things, you know, like I happen to find a way that kind of worked. And yeah, but I think I'm gonna try to experimenting more things, so you know I have a better understanding of YouTube. But like, yeah, I'm happy. Like I don't know how I really got here, but the thing is that my style is kind of working off. So you know I'm surfing on this wave.
I remember I had like 900 or whatever subscribers, and you got to 1,000, and you made a video saying thank you. I don't even know how I got here, and it's funny because now you're above the above the 50
video, yeah.
It's cool. I made the same. I made one at 1,000. I made another one at 4. I made another one at 10, and then I stopped making. But I also didn't got to 50 like you did. But the truth is, it's somehow, I don't know if you felt the same, and I'm being totally honest to whoever is watching this. It's somehow challenging. You know, it's like, you're like, man, I would love to get here. I would love to get there. So in the end,
exactly, yeah.
I don't want to force it. I do not want to force it because I know this is one thing. When I saw the most growth of my channel was when I stopped posting every day. You said that I was posting every day. I know I was. But when I saw the most growth on my channel was when I stopped posting every day. Because when I was posting every day, every new video was eating on the older one. So, you know, like a video of this, it has a hub thing and it starts coming down. When it was still here, there was a new one. So instead of taking the whole curve, it was disappearing. So the new one was going
for me,
to
it's always taking a curve and then I upload another video. It's always like that for me.
yeah, but it's normal. If you do it for a week, you'll see that. If you do one video a week, you see that. And that's something that I started doing. And what I did is I somehow created this machine, not saying machine as an effective thing, but as a way that I can make things work in a certain way. So what I started doing was I was like, okay, I know that I can produce this. I want to produce it. So let me maybe add value in Portuguese. So that's why I started the Portuguese channel. And now you have someone here that made you a comment here. wait, it's not that.
Oh, yeah.
wait. Well, it wasn't that one. It's this one. Sorry.
Okay. So Tiago, you said before you live in Angola or come from there. Do you have a Portuguese channel like Ricardo? I don't have a Portuguese channel, but yes, I used to live in Angola for almost 10 years, I think. Before that, I used to live in Brazil too. So Portuguese was kind of one of my main languages. But nowadays, I speak a lot less Portuguese than I used to. So I lost a lot of things. Like, for example, we were talking before the live in Portuguese. It was like, wait.
Can you speak in English?
Yeah, exactly.
But you know what's funny? The first time I spoke with you, the first time I spoke with you, you said, "Can we speak in Portuguese?" And that was about 2.5 years ago. That's how much.
Even more than 2 years.
No. The first time we spoke about you doing something with YouTube. Yeah, we met each other before that. But the first time we spoke about doing something on YouTube that we speak for a little bit longer, that was about 2.5 years ago or something. And you're like, can you maybe speak in Portuguese? Because that's how much your English improved over the last 2.5 years.
Thank you. Oh no,
it's awesome.
Cool. So the reason, so do I have a Portuguese channel? No, and I'm not really planning to. But like, if I make another YouTube channel related to inline scanning, I think it's gonna be in French because like the French community here is kind of mad at me for making videos in English. Because like in France, we are known for not being good at all in English, right? And I get criticized a lot for this. And but I'm not really interested because like this channel alone requires a lot of effort, right? So if I'm thinking of making a second YouTube channel, but it's not going to have anything to do with inline scanning. I think it's gonna be about something absolutely different, right? I'm not trying to. I'm not going to say this right now, but I'm still thinking. I have 2 ideas of channels, and I'm still trying to figure out which one I will choose, because, like, as I said, this channel requires a lot of effort. I'm trying to make another channel, but I'll be able to make more easily, videos more easily. Like, I have a few minutes to film. I'm gonna make a video. Right, cool. And this one, I think it's gonna be in French.
Okay. Apparently, Rafael likes your point. Remember Rafael?
Oh, Rafael! Sim. Teu português estava muito bom no ano passado, Tiago. Obrigado.
Okay, we got a question here. We got a question here from Frank.
Oh, so is it for me or for you?
It's for the two of us. Have you two ever thought about do a social media challenge similar to the Ice Bucket Challenge a few years ago, but with differences? Oops, I think I lost it. With a difference
to do tricks
like slalom or jumping, etc.
Like
I think a lot of I think you said
I thought about it, but I didn't do it.
I think somehow Lawrence is doing.
I didn't do it.
I think Lawrence is doing something similar to this with this community challenge that it does. I think it's something similar to that. Basically, if you guys don't know who Lawrence is, Lawrence Ingram, he runs the YouTube channel called Back to Blading. And in Back to Blading, Lawrence actually it's mainly focused on aggressive skating. He also does some free skating or some urban skating. But Lawrence, a lot of times what he does is he chooses a trick of the week or even two. A lot of people send him they submit him the clips, and then he makes a video that he posts in the end of the week or after 2 weeks, something like that, which is actually very cool, because a lot of people, they don't have the social media platforms to post that, but at the same time they would like to see the clip next to the others. So it's a very cool thing. But now,
no, like,
me and you would be funny.
Yeah, no, it would be cool to do this also between YouTubers.
I did that.
Oh.
I don't know if you ever saw it. Let me explain you to the guys watching this. If no one ever saw, there is this guy from Brazil. He is actually one of the best aggressive skaters that I know. His name is Felipe Zambardino. And about 3 years ago, we made a blade game. And it was every week. Imagine, I would do my trick. And then it was on a Tuesday. Then on the next Tuesday, he had to do my trick and post his trick. And then I had a week. And that was fun. But if you ask me, would I do it again? No, I wouldn't. And the reason why I wouldn't is because I hurt myself a lot in that. It wasn't how can I say, the healthiest game, because I was forcing myself to do some stuff that I wasn't. It's not how I skate nowadays. I try to go more with the flow and enjoy it and all that stuff.
Yeah. Like if you ever like tell me to do an aggressive trick, I'm gonna freaking fail. I'm just very bad at it. So like I don't. But it could be interesting to do this between some channels too. Like for example, yeah, Lawrence has his community videos. I started my community videos too in INLINE Cafe, and like for a moment I thought like maybe you can do some other things. Like maybe we all try to do a trick, and people you will submit their submissions, and if they don't manage to do it right, I can try to help them. Like there's multiple ways you can make this interesting, right? And yeah, I've been thinking about it, but sorry, my articulation is very bad. I've been thinking about it, but still didn't find a legit way to, but think it works. But maybe it's gonna happen.
Yeah, we can tell them a little bit of what we were talking today. So basically, before we started this, me and Tiago were talking, it would be cool if we could do something together. And just so that you know, we were talking about it. It's nothing sure, it's nothing confirmed, but these things doesn't always need to be on my channel. I was telling Tiago that if he wants, we could try to do something like this on his channel, because it has a different type of audience. It's the truth. We have sometimes, I never looked at his analytics like he never looked at mine, but I'm sure that we have people from different parts of the world, maybe different ages, maybe even different genders. And this could be a way. We are doing this, like as it says above our images, what do we do to grow inline skating? And sometimes sharing communities is something that Tiago did it a lot with some of his projects that he did with Bill Stoppard or with Asha. With Asha, these type of things will only mix our communities and will only make whoever is skating know that there are more people out there trying to do the same. And sometimes I might identify more with some people than other, and that doesn't mean that I don't watch the other. We don't see each other as competition. At least I don't. I don't think Tiago does either. In the end, we're all for the same. So just so that people know. So we were actually talking about doing some cool stuff that Tiago last year at the World Roller Games, he was trying to teach me some slalom moves. And I was telling him that would be cool. It would be cool if you could do something like this where Tiago is in the studio and I'm outside trying to do tricks and he's at home just coaching me. And we can do something like that, but with him on the skate park and me even on the park or here trying to coach him. So we can do this type of stuff in a different way that no one else is doing. But let me just stop by saying thank you so much to Darwin Iwers, I think I'm saying the right name, for becoming a new member of this channel. This thing, man, I don't know if I told you, Tiago, it's actually been cool. I started this thing like a month ago. I have 22 members right now. Yeah. And I have two guys that are actually students. I have Melvin from New York and I have Luis from Costa Rica that are students. And when I opened that, I said that I only have space for 3 students. So it's almost done. I don't have the time for more. I would love to, but it's actually cool. Basically what I do is what we're saying here. These
Okay. So you help them for
Yeah, I'm in one place, they are in other. I'm doing
yeah.
something, and I'm
Oh,
showing them.
that's
I put
cool.
my, I set my camera in a certain way. I tell them like to carve. You put this foot here, you can see it here, and then they go and they do it, and I correct them until they do it right. So it's a cool thing. I wish I had more time for that. It's very cool. It's
Yeah, that was
something
I was
I'm.
thinking, like the time thing.
Yeah, it would be something that more people could and should do, because I'm not an expert in all types of skating. There are some things that I know that I'm good with, but a lot more people, including pros, they could actually monetize whatever they do by doing something like this. I know that Be Free is doing it. So if someone is trying to get into aggressive skating, this could be amazing to do with Be Free.
Mm-hmm.
And that is it. Let me see. Do we have any last question here that you want to? Okay, Be Free does online. Blade in New York just said it. Blade in New York. Anyway, if you guys didn't watch Blade in New York, just put one of those videos that I think it's very directed for every person looking for inline skates right now. It's basically, I think his name is Mike and Miguel, both of
Miguel.
them explaining. Yeah, Miguel, but Mike was the guy with Miguel. So Mike and Miguel explaining about all the inline skates on the market right now. There was someone saying there's no hockey skates, but other than that, they did from recreational, fitness, urban, 3 wheels and 4 wheels like slalom skates, speed skates, aggressive skates, flat and anti-rocker. They did an amazing job with that video. So make sure to check Blade of New York latest video. It's actually very cool. I just saw it
Oh
yesterday.
yeah, I'm seeing all the messages right now. Like I was looking at the live stream on my tablet, and all the comments stopped a long time ago. It's like, oh, there's nothing coming. Now I can see this on this website. Like, oh, okay, there's a lot of things here. Cool.
Someone is saying, I like. Did you ever met Switch Emmanuel? He's from Portugal. So Caio,
No.
the guy from Brazil, just said, I like the one that you teach your Portuguese friend how to do parallel slides. So this is going to be my last question to you. It's not really about growing skating, but it's about the way you do parallel slides. Because I think everyone have a different tip. And this is something that everyone asks about. What would be your tip to teach someone how to do a parallel slide?
Oh God. Okay. That's my weakness now. Explaining things live. Okay. I know I've made a tutorial, but it would be way too easy to say, hey, just watch my tutorial.
That works.
But yeah, like you can watch my tutorial. I spent a lot of time explaining it, and like the video is short. I think it's only 3 to 5 minutes, but I spent a lot of time writing it in order to make it this the most easy to understand. But think about this: a parallel slide is kind of an exaggerated turn, right? So, oh God, it's kind of a turn where you're gonna carve more and push with your heels just to make the wheels lose the grip, but you're still going to keep the balance while compensating with the upper part of your body and spreading your arms, kind of like a plane. And see, I'm very bad at explaining things in life.
Nah, you're not, man. Let me try to do something. This is not the way it should be. I'm going to try to write it here. Let me see if they can see it.
What are you
Can you
writing
see this? You see this? This is my scale. It's the fun police, my scale. So here, this is when I made my first video. I explained that if you start to swirl all the way, this is a good way for you to learn where your wheels lose the grip to start to slide.
Yeah.
So basically, you start carving, tighter. There will be a time that you will feel that your skates lose the grip. Now, this is the interesting part, because once you learn this has nothing to do with the slide. And the reason why I say that is that you actually only do this as an exercise to feel where your wheels lose the grip. Because from this to the real slide, the most important thing is, give me a second. That's cool. That's an invoice. So if this is the road where you're doing it, a lot of times
put your image in full screen so it's easier to see.
Yeah.
No?
Thank you. Yeah, I'll try it. So if this, let me just hide this. Hopefully you guys can see it. So if this would be the road, a lot of times when you go straight, if you start swirling, you're gonna end up doing a weird thing that doesn't look like a slide. So the most important thing, in my opinion, it's if I want to slide in this direction, I usually come from here, and then I do a first carve the opposite way, and when I'm pointing out, that's where I do the carve, the art carve, and then I'm gonna end up sliding this way. So that thing that you feel on that swirl, you're gonna need to feel here. The exact same thing you learned on the previous exercise, you're gonna apply it here on the second carve. So you carve to the outside part of the road, like if you're missing the road, and then you do that carve and slide. I hope this is easy. Was it easy to understand, Tiago? Was it too complex? Maybe
yes.
with these.
Yeah, it's a different way to do the things, but yeah, it's absolutely understandable. Especially if you like, I think it's like the people who would like to learn the parallel slide first have to understand how your wheels work and how you can take this to your advantage. So this exercise is, I think, is a very good way to understand this.
Yeah, that's important.
So
it's the same
approve.
Like I am Tiago approved.
You know what? I've been thinking on doing some stickers on the reviews now. Like, if I like this skate, I'm gonna put like a seal of approval on the skate. Like, poo. I have to design it. But
no, not like poo, huh? Not like.
No, like a bear. Like you have something.
I know.
I
know. I like it, but the sound poo.
Yeah. It means a different thing. Yeah.
It would be a brown sticker. Let's just but that would be a cool thing. If you like the skate, you put some type of sticker. If you don't like the skate, you put like a poo-poo emoji sticker. Not this one.
Yeah, that's something I will try to design too. Yeah. Good idea.
That's cool. I guess we're coming to an end. I got another thing here. It's from one of my members asking about the shop. How is it going? So you just got the new mask. Do you have the mask there? Can you show them the mask?
Oh yes, I did. It's here.
Awesome.
Protect your neck. It looks cool. It looks cool too. So it was a good surprise.
That is awesome.
You catch on my hair. Cool.
And next time I made some without the elastics, just with suction.
Oh no, but the elastics is but I think like I have the real masks and the elastics are crap. Sorry if you I don't know if I can say this type of words in a live video, but yeah, the elastics are not good. But these elastics are just the perfect length, And if you ever want to have to do kind of a turn the elastic and then it fits. This one just in one go, if it's nice. Man,
so the whole idea with it.
I have to try to skate with those on my face. If it
works or not. Don't skate like if you're gonna exercise. Don't really. It's more like, imagine if you're skating, if you're gonna go through a place with a lot of people, you put it on, or those places that you really need to use a mask. Or if it's the thing is, for me, the way that the reason why we made them, it's like, a lot of times you want to represent that you're a skater, so that's why I made it. That's why it has all those. Because at first we thought, let me make just. Those skates.
Drawings, and those are the same skates you have in your intro.
Yes, it was made by my friend Miguel Chico. So cool. It was a thing. It was a cool thing. I'm happy. I'm happy with this. I hope you guys are too. I hope Tiago enjoyed it. And
oh yes,
it's cool. It was fun. It was fun. It was. I'm happy that I spent the 25 euros on the platform.
English, so, sorry.
I'm happy with the 25 euros I spent on the platform.
Good investment.
No, it was cool. It was fun. Like, dude, who's going to the coffee shop now? So we had a good time. No, that's it. Yes, that's good.
Sorry, I misunderstood.
That's perfect. No, I was going to say who's going to the coffee shop to be with friends. At the moment, it's not really a thing. But now you said something cool, which before we finish, I want you to talk about these that we have right here. Please do.
All right, so
Uh,
I don't know if you watch my last videos, but I tried to to upload a new thing which is called Inline Cafe. So it's a series of videos where you and I can collaborate together. And so I made a Reddit page called Inline Cafe, and every week I think I'm gonna share a subject, a theme. For example, for the first episode, I wanted to see your best moments, right? So I put the Inline Cafe website and like on Reddit. You showed your amazing skating moments, and I commented it on my YouTube channel. And if I was saying things that could be improved, I tried to give my feedback. So I think this is a constructive way to have fun and improve at the same time. So yeah, so if you would like to participate in the next episodes of Inline Cafe, Ricardo Lino, I believe he put the link in the description, so you will be able to participate. So I know the next theme on my last video, the end of episode 1 of Inline Cafe. So the theme for the next episode is gonna be, well, we saw your best skating moments, but we all know that falling is part of the learning process. So yeah, let's show our fails, but please don't show any broken bones or anything like this, because I can't handle it. But the type of fails that we all can relate to.
That's awesome. I didn't knew about it, and I'm not big on Reddit.
Oh, neither. Like I
be.
started this, I don't even know how Reddit works.
I'm
It's
gonna be
weird.
very honest with you. It was a time that I was starting to learn a bit more about Reddit, and then I started reading. I went there and I saw 3 or 4 that was like actually against me, and I was like, no, man, I don't want another place when I read stuff against me. So I'm being honest with you. I was like, no, man, and I slowly faded away. But every now and then I go there and I see the Reddit rollerblading page, and that's actually the first place where I've learned about endless frames, which I know that you
Oh,
also
really?
you just received yours.
Yeah, I received mine. Yeah, I'm still waiting for some wheels before I try to use them. But yeah, I can't wait to try this. I'm just waiting for some wheels. But so far, like Brad told me, like this is a B stock, so there may be some blemishes or scratches. But I opened the boxes, nothing. So B stock, if it looks like new, you can get
I
these
know.
frames for cheaper. And
Yes.
did you also have the B stock too?
On one of them, the 100 was B stock, the other ones weren't. But it's
so on the
which one? Which ones did you
see
get?
any scratches? Also, for
No.
myself, I chose the 84s, and for Vladimir, I chose the 110s. Like this is what he
Perfect.
asked for. So
110, 110s or 100? 100. The big ones.
Yeah, 100. Yeah, the big ones.
Yeah, the 84s, you're gonna love it. I'm loving the 84s. Let me just interrupt to say thank you to Guamtech for the $5. I really appreciate it. If you guys don't know who Guamtech is, go check his channel. He actually made the funniest videos. A couple of years ago, he was the first review that I've seen of the Enkidu skate.
Yes.
And
he's
he did
very
the
good
first
at skating
one
too.
Dude, he's a ninja. That guy is a ninja. So please go check him out. Now let me get back to the endless frames. The endless frames, basically, one of them was the B-Stock Brad, which is the owner of the brand. He's a skater too. He also told me about he only had the 100s as B-Stock, and everything that it has, it's apparently, from what he said, it's on the inside of the frame. There will be some scratches, but I don't see them. And that thing, I told him that with me one day, it would be a lot worse. It would be a lot worse.
No, but for real, like I was really looking for some scratches and all, because he told me, yeah, I'm sorry, you may have this and this, so it may not look good if you film the B-roll. But I was like, dude, it's fine. It's so good. Like,
it's perfect. Okay, now it's the end. Thank you so much to everyone for watching this with us, go check. I don't know if I did put, I'm sorry, I don't know if I did put already the link in the description for the Inline Cafe, but if I didn't, right after this, I will. If I didn't, it wasn't on purpose. I'm sorry, guys. But I will do it
Okay.
right after this. Right after this. And I know there's also a link. If someone watching this, which I don't think anyone, but if someone watching this don't know about Tiago's YouTube channel, well, there's also a link in the description. Make sure to subscribe to that one. And that is it. You want to finish? You want to say anything else before we finish?
Well, if you're on Facebook, I believe you're already subscribed to Ricardo Lino, but yeah, go watch his videos too. Like it's crappy. Like we are watching this on your page. I wish I could say like go subscribe to his channel, but if it's a live video, I suppose people already subscribed to you.
Yeah, you know what we can tell. What I can tell to people is like if they enjoy it, maybe share it, because when they share it, doesn't matter if they're sharing it on Facebook or whatever. If they're watching it on Facebook, maybe share it. The whole reason why I'm using Facebook for this, which I never use, is that I know it's way easier to share. So if someone shares it on Facebook, probably someone will have a better experience on YouTube, which is the final goal, which is the platform that I'm putting more time into. And that is it. Now, to finish this video, let me just
don't forget to share this video.
Now, the final question. Let me see if you watch my videos. Dun, 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 dun. Why did we all start skating?
Because it's fun.
Yes. I'm going to put the sticker of approval on you.
Yes.
Cheers, Tiago. Cheers, everyone. Thank you so much.
Cheers. Thank you for the good moment.
Have a good day.
Yeah.